It's Derek Johnson going up against Brian Cushing. With that, let's get out to NRG Stadium in Houston. On the call, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Larry. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas at NRG Stadium in Houston. Coming up, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard round between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Houston Texans. On 1st and 10, Smith firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll be 2nd down. And a look at this offensive unit now, and you see who we have highlighted, partner.
Jamaal Charles, one of the most exciting, productive running backs in the NFL.
Eight yards to go here on 2nd down. Play clock winding down. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's brought down after a good gain. Good use of the pass there to pick up the 1st down against a defensive look that they had specifically prepared for, they told us, coming into this one.
Certainly seems like they're holding all the right cards now, doesn't it? Because of their preparation. Went back, watched the tape, studied the tendencies, and they feel like they had them down cold, and they were able to use the pass against them.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Jamaal Charles back from the torn ACL. He gets the call here. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
When I watch Brian Cushing play, sometimes I feel like he's playing in the wrong era. Brian Cushing wanted to be back there when the men were men and just mixing it up. This guy lives to find ball carriers.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. Throwing right, and that's complete. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Complete. This is Albert Wilson. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. They go play action here on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Now it's the Princeton man. This is Spencer Ware. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Spencer Ware, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll power his way up near the 25. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
6 yards to go here on 2nd down.
Watch left. Stop right there.
Out of the gun, it's Osweiler. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And a glance now at the Chiefs' defense.
Dontari Poe emerged on the scene fast as a young player and continues to make big plays at defensive tackle.
Well, they get the completed pass, but still have more to go here on 3rd down. Osweiler with a sneak. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the 1st down.
And as we say often, it shows confidence in your offensive line. So it'll be 1st down here after the run. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
As I watch that play unfold, stereotypes were being broken left and right. As a corner, you're often back there guarding against the pass. But how about that diagnosis and read and getting into the backfield and making a nice play and a tackle?
And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down.
Detroit! Let's go! 3-19!
From the shotgun, Osweiler. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. So the pickup there for Lamar Miller, and he actually shredded his current team last year when he played against them. 175 yards, another 61 in the air, and 2 touchdowns.
I guess that's a classic example of if you can't stop it, go get it, put him on your team. Lamar Miller, big-time pickup for the Texans.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, it's Miller. Stays on his feet. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
Yeah, maybe expecting a throw.
Check 26, check 26. Leopard, Leopard.
Osweiler now to throw on 3rd down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
How to be 6'7", be able to see over coverages into open windows. Brock Osweiler just did that with the slant route.
With that height, was also a great basketball player. Gonzaga, as you know, actually offered him a scholarship in high school for hoops.
Hard to believe he didn't take that, decided he wanted to play football, and ultimately chose Arizona State because of the direct flights from his hometown of Montana into Phoenix, Arizona.
Is that true?
That's a true story. Allowed his parents to come see him play a lot easier.
Fresh set of downs here. And now Osweiler going to turn and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll throw on 1st down with Osweiler. Caught left side, Hopkins. And a nifty little deep juke spin move. Not a great deal there on the back end, but a nice gain still.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2. They go back to the ground now with Miller. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. Just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Osweiler. Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Oftentimes we think of those tough yards as grinding yards that a running back has to pick up. How about the tight end there picking up the 1st down in that situation?
That's what he's there for, right?
Big fella, get it to him, let him fight off some people and pick up the necessary yardage.
3 down. Hey, check. All right, here we go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This is turning into a bit of a death march here, the 13th play of this drive. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively, 6 DBs in the game. Osweiler. Completion left side to Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to make it 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So on 4th down, the Texans will call on their field goal unit, and on comes Nick Novak. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And now here comes Kansas City. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They bet to make
blitz coming, and down he goes. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him with his first sack of 2016. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. From the gun, here's Smith. No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. The reigning defensive player of the year, J.J. Watt, in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Taken from just outside the 30. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Throwing now, Osweiler on 1st down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
on second down. Here's Osweiler. He's going to air one out. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big hook up there. Osweiler to Hopkins. 45 yards. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout.
Now let's go. Blue, landing. Right there, 56. I got it.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now here comes Kansas City. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
So the D-line's going to spread out. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. Flush to his right. To the right side, and he's got Macklin. Complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Terrific catch there by Jeremy Macklin. Harkens back to his days as a Missouri Tiger, where they used him almost like a wingback. You know, he would catch passes, they'd hand it to him on running plays. You can see that great ability once the ball's in his hands.
Yeah, so great in space, and a two-time All-American back in those days as a Tiger at Missouri. A first down carry here for Charles. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
As Jamal Charles plays here in 2016, I think 5 was the operative number for him. 5 1,000-yard years before last season, but only 5 games played in 2015.
For the current Chiefs all-time leading rusher. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Let's see what the defense dials up here. 3rd and 4. Play fake for Charles. Now Smith. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The gun, Smith. That's caught at the 2. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Albert Wilson as the first half is winding down. And the Chiefs are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Another pistol look here. On first down, Osweiler looking deep downfield. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's second down. So the incomplete pass brings up second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Second and 10 now. Osweiler. He's going to let it go again. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback, and as we saw in week 1, the new rule, this one coming out to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Ten yards still left on second down.
3 down. All right, here we go. 3 down.
Now it's Osweiler. Setting up the screen for Miller. And he's brought down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
Miller, the lone setback. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down following the run. They'll run it again with Miller. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Partner, I think the easy thing now would be to just abandon the run and start throwing the football at all costs. But I've been in so many games where it doesn't work running the ball, and then something pops, and now you get something going. I'm not so sure to just abandon your game plan this early in the second half.
And the offense in that middle ground here on third down, 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Osweiler. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
Here's Shane Leckler now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion, they'll try and get the running game going with Jamal Charles. And he cuts it right and into space. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Jamal Charles, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Little motion now from the tight end. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And the Chiefs showing a dime look as they defend this 3rd down. From the shotgun, Osweiler. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. Shreds the tackle. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it's Chiefs football. 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Tackle made by Whitney Mercilus.
In my book, that's running the ball well but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
On second down, Jamal Charles. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Defense sinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. And the play clock's running down. Smith to the right side. It's Kelsey. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now we have Kelsey slow to get back to his feet. Appears to be shaken up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Taking it about the 16. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here.
Hey, got tight left, tight ends left. You got three down.
They come up in an offset eye. 2nd and 10. It's Osweiler again. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up the 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass, a run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. Give him 3 on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
It seems like, and it is a gamble on their side of the field, but they have supreme confidence in picking it up on a quarterback sneak. You can just feel it from this team.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. This time, Osweiler will throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol.
Set. Green 39.
On first down, Osweiler. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Miller, the lone setback. On 2nd down, here's Osweiler. It's complete to Fuller. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And he's got the completion to Hopkins. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. 1st and goal here from the 2. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but...
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Dre Archer, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans draw a bit closer. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Got to run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he's brought down. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Well, certainly appears that Jamal Charles has his mojo working right now. Already ripped off some really nice runs, but you've got to get to these guys early, because if you do, you get them on the ground, put a little doubt in their minds about whether or not they're going to break big runs. But now, Jamal Charles has nothing but confidence going.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say they're giving him confidence, the former 3rd-round pick in 2008. They run it here. Where? And he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited, because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock, because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football?
They run again with Ware. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dayon Buchanan in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
A long way to go for the offense here on third down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Third and long, it's Smith. It's complete to Chris Conley. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Chris Conley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. It took them a while to get their speedster involved, but they found him downfield there.
And what we've discovered as we've watched games is the speedster doesn't have to have a lot of catches, doesn't have to have volume in order to have a huge impact on the game. His speed scares the heck out of defenses, and other guys can capitalize, but when you finally hit him and he carries it all the way into the end zone, that's what you're paying him for. That big threat that can make big plays on a limited number of catches.
That's how you step on the stage with your first catch, take it to the house. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Second and 10, it's Osweiler again. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target. And that's going to make it third down and 10.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. And quickly, they get to the line.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that third down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a first down.
Third time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on third, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case, the offense is taking what the defense is giving them, not what they need.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
To throw again is Osweiler. Gets it to Strong. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Osweiler on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Second down now after the incompletion. Again, Osweiler. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing.
Now here's a defensive timeout called by the Chiefs. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the offense has it first and 10.
Trip. Hurry up, here we go.
From the red zone now, here's Osweiler on first down. It's complete to Fuller. And he's brought down. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. And now they're in the hurry up. Now it's Osweiler. That's complete right around the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They come out here in the eye. Smith going to turn and give to Charles. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Second and just 1. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Again, it's Charles. And some space here. He will not go down.
Have to retake those ankles.
A good pickup there at 22. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll be their second, so 1 more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. So here we go, first and 10 now. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Carry now for Jamal Charles. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And, Charles, when you pull out a close game, the good thing about that is maybe next time you're in a nail-biter in the 4th quarter, you have a little more confidence.
Yeah, you're talking about your memory muscles, right? When you win those close ones, you have that confident feeling that you can continue to do so every time you're in that position.
Now, that said, you would rather win by 60 points, or do you like the close ones, too?
Well, I think everyone would rather win by 60. It's comfortable. Everyone gets to play. But when you win those nail-biters, dinner tastes just a little bit better that night.
So for the Chiefs, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. So long, everybody.